Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for another chapter manga review, and this one is intense. Welcome back to my channel, guys, again. And before anything, I do want to there is a parental advisory on this manga series. Just want to throw it out there because I know I have some percentage of group that's underage that technically should not be buying this series. I will say it is not on the well, there is some sexual nudity in the beginning, but that's not the main purpose of why the parental advisory is placed on this. It's really the gore. So if you're not into gore, this is probably not for you. Now, before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, check out the first two videos on this series. This is a third chapter review, so if you haven't seen the first two, go check them out. They are already hopefully out on my channel. I think they are. And now I'm reviewing the third chapter, which is the final chapter of the first volume. I will be picking up the second volume, hopefully whenever I get my hands into it. I'm not sure when, but hopefully one day. So make sure you guys are checking out this whole series because it is a great series, and it's a shame it's only three chapters in one. But I will say those three chapters were very meaty, but also easy to read. Also, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. You can check out other manga reviews as well here and other stuff. So subscribe so you guys don't miss any other new content that I'm releasing. Okay, SINoALICE is a series that I just randomly picked up. Didn't know much about it, I will say that. Um, and we kind of came to a climax now. Alice has waken up this power that she didn't know she had. No one knows she had. She just has it, and essentially, she's able to control chains that are made by magic. And I don't know if people can see them. I feel like they don't. Now this is a scene that we first get. This is the girl who basically dismembered, murdered, did whatever to her family, which was gross scene. And now she's all chained up in this. Now she explains it as I feel a heavy weight on me that I can't move. So because of that, I feel like Alice's power is invisible chains, not not specifically magical chains by themselves, but also invisible. So she's able to restrain her enough where Snow, the other girl who showed up to save her, just keep in mind has broken leg, limbs, fingers were broken, like she's a mess. Snow gets up. She's finally able to um, put a little bit of a fight for herself, and she ends up going for the escape route, and that is essentially saving Alice and getting the heck out of there. Now, there is a little bit more fighting that there has to be done. There is a scene here where Alice has to stab the enemy with a fork, which is pretty gruesome, and they sprinted out of there. Now, um, she's able to take her in, and let's remember there's another girl outside waiting for Snow. She takes her in. Now, I want to explain and kind of correct myself a little bit from the chapter 2 review that I had, because I thought that the girl that we saw that killed and dismembered Alice's family was the girl in the hospital. In fact, it's not her. In the hospital or in this room that they're in, or she's having this whole memory going on, it's the girl that helped Snow save Alice. So different girl, looks like her, but different girl. Gonna clarify that from the beginning. Um, they're back to the present, I guess, and Alice is really just freaking out. She doesn't know what to think. Um, Snow seems to have like a re-healing herself type of power. We don't know much about it, but she's able to do that. Um, and they're in a hiding spot. Now, we the only thing we get conclusion wise is that the reason that she has his powers because she received these two dolls. She doesn't know who she received them from. She starts panicking and crying again whenever she's asked where those dolls come from. And all we know is that Alice is going to be essentially now one of these girls that have superpowers. They do explain to her that the girl that killed her family is someone that Snow herself has been trying to kill, and been chasing her all over Japan. They show like a map where there's a bunch of X's of all the places that she's gone and essentially killed someone. Um, we don't know what the history between this girl and Snow is. We don't know who the other girl in there is either, if she also has powers or is just helping Snow just for the heck of not having people die. Um, there's a lot of questions unanswered still. We don't even know the other girl's name either. We just know that she's a murderer, she dismembers people, and she's a little bit of a psycho. So yeah, I mean, even with a fork stabbed into her hand, her being chained down, like she's still screaming on top of her lungs, like I'm not done playing, like don't leave me, and it's ridiculous, but pretty much, this girl is a psychopath for sure. I really enjoyed this first volume. It's very intense, like I said. Mystery, suspense, big ones in this series, but gore as well. So if you're not into gore, which I myself I am, I've reviewed plenty of series here in the past, and you guys can check out other series that I've done beginning to end. Um, yeah, you guys can just check them out. Um, I'm into it. It adds more to the story when a psychopath actually acts like a psychopath and you can see it. Um, so yeah, it just adds to it. So out of 10, this whole volume, 7.5. No doubt about it. I think it's a great series. I'm gonna pick up volume 2, hopefully volume 3 at the same time. That way I can have them behind me and ready to review through this summer. But for now, that is all that I have in my hands. Hopefully by the time this video releases, I'm already reading volume 2. So thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, check out the other videos, give some love to this channel, and like always, guys, don't be strangers. See you guys.